Good morning, it's Barbara. It is practically balmy out there. 35 degrees. Holy cow. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee on this bright and shiny Sunday morning. I am planning on taking it easy today, unlike the rest of my life. Yeah, just hanging out. I'm going to be knitting. We had such a wonderful visit with Jason and Allison and the girls yesterday. It was the best visit we've had with just them in quite a while. And I realized the reason for that was the girls' electronics devices batteries died on the way over to our house. Yay! So they were present and participating, and they're delightful and fun, and we had such a good time. Yeah. Isabel helped me squeeze lemons and to make my lemon juice, and I discovered that the fizzy lemonade that I make her is one of her favorite things, so that was fun. And I discovered that Sam always turns down my offer of fizzy lemonade because she doesn't like fizzy. And I didn't even know that. So I'm like, sweetie, I can make you not fizzy lemonade. Oh, yeah. So I learned a lot of things about my granddaughters because we were interacting yesterday. And it was such a lovely visit. It was such a lovely visit. They're so delightful, my granddaughters. And it was such a lovely visit. I cannot tell you. And Jason helped Dennis move the furniture a little bit. It didn't take very long. And I don't know if it's going to help or not. I'm not sure. Apparently, the chair we put in there isn't significantly easier for Aura to get out of than the one we removed. Oh, well, we're trying, you know. So we may have to do something else. And, you know, we just had a lovely visit. It was great. And I asked the girls to pick my next colors and help me pick my next colors on my trove. And Sammy picked green for the one, and Isabel picked blue for the 2 rows. And then I put in the next row, 1 row, I picked a variegated yarn, which the variegated yarn, well, see, you can see it's yellow, orange here, and then it goes into, I don't even know, it's hard to tell, green, and then it goes into purple. Anyway, it's interesting, but it's funny too, because like, where is the spot? Like here, and this row of 2 greens, well, I did a variegated next, and it looks like 3 rows of greens because that green was in the variegated. I'm fine with that. Anyway, so the girls helped me pick my next colors, and I did, obviously, then you can tell that I did some knitting yesterday. So that was fun. Today I'm crafting with Christy, and while I'm crafting with Christy, I am going to be working on her tassel. And I will get her opinion on how she wants the tassel to look. So that's my plan for this evening. I will watch a video before that so that I have some better idea of what I want to do to make that tassel. So I will be crafting with Christy. I'll be tasseling with her, and then if it doesn't take an hour and a half, then I will be knitting. So I'm planning on knitting today. I finished the book, and then Aura went up, and I was just rummaging around looking for something to watch on TV. And I have access to Netflix, Roku channel, Peacock channel, BritBox. So I have the most base. Oh no, I was going to say I have the most basic cable, but that's a complete lie because we have fancy cable. When Aura moved in, we had to get fancy cable so she could get all her sports and her gun smokes and things like that. So, and I have, you know, fancy cable. I don't have any premium channels on my cable. But, you know, if it's on cable, regular cable, I have it, you know, hundreds of channels. Anyway, so I was sitting there and I realized there's nothing that appealed to me to watch. I couldn't figure out if I wanted comedy or I wanted mystery or watch something I'd already watched. Of course, most of the things I've already watched multiple times. Anyway, I ended up back at Alan Davis As Yet Unnamed, which is a comedy series on BritBox. Alan Davis is a comedian who played the lead character in Jonathan Creek, and he's in lots of things. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Alan Davis. You know, he's playing a professor here or a cop there. I forget. I just watched something where he was the policeman. But anyway, he sits around with 4 comedians and they've all, I think, been from the UK. Well, that's a lie. Some of them are Irish. There might have been an American or 2, but for the most part, they're people I don't recognize because what do I know? But they sit around and talk, and he has a couple prompts, like you know, to start conversations with each person. But it's pretty much unscripted, and it's light and funny. It's cozy for me just to watch them. And every once in a while, somebody comes on that I recognize. You know, Dirk Gently, the guy who plays Dirk Gently was on there. Ben Miller was on there. He played the first season of Death in Paradise. Last night, Matt, I don't remember his last name, Matt Lucas, he was on one season of British Bake Off, the chubby bald guy. Noel from British Bake Off was on there once. So I recognize some people, but for the most part, I don't know who they are. And it's just, they're funny and it's relaxing, and I'm a little concerned because I'm on season 3 and I think there's only 3 seasons. But when I don't want to watch anything, I want to watch that. So it's kind of funny. Even my fallback cocooning shows weren't interesting to me yesterday. So anyway, I watched TV and I knit. And yeah, terrible night's sleep last night. Again, up for 4 hours in the middle of the night. But, you know, I actually feel okay. I'm getting used to it. It's like every other night these days, and I'm not sure why. Not sure why. But I wake up and then and it's not like my mind is going crazy. It's just like I'm thinking about stuff. And then I realize, wait a minute, I'm not sleeping. And then I'm thinking about stuff for a while longer, and then I'm like, wait, I'm still not thinking. Sleeping. It's all right. I don't have to go anywhere today except walk the dogs. And because Pearl is still on under restrictions, the walks aren't even very long. So I promised the girls next time they come, Kobe can come too. They couldn't bring their dog because their dog is too much fun for Pearl. It's a shame. Anyway, I went on and on about that yesterday, so forget it. So, my plan for today is to make a tassel with Christy. And then my plan for tomorrow is to mail her a hat. Because it must be cold in Mississippi. It's cold everywhere else in the northern hemisphere. I mean, that my people are. So Doug's gonna make his coffee. I'm not in the middle of anything, so I won't forget where I was. I knew I wouldn't remember what I was talking about, but it doesn't matter because I was at a break. Anyway, we just had such a good time yesterday. It was such a wonderful visit. I just felt so good about our visit. And I learned a couple things about my granddaughters that I was really happy to know. Like, Sammy likes lemonade. She just doesn't like fizz. So, there you go. And today, it's a bright sunny day. I don't know if it's supposed to stay sunny. Dennis hasn't reported any more weather in the near future, so I think today is probably going to stay sunny. And yeah, don't really have anywhere to go. I was contemplating going to the store, but decided against it. And yeah, we're just going to ramble around the house, see what comes up, see if I have an urge for some TV. But I have to say, I would much rather have low TV mojo than low knitting mojo. And if my low TV mojo continues, I will be exploring audiobooks, because when Aura goes up to her sitting room to watch her news and her TV that she wants to watch, that I don't want to watch, Dennis goes in his room and starts playing on his computer, and I'm in the living room alone with my dog, so I can play an audiobook out loud, and I don't have to worry about earplugs or whatever, headphones. And so I'm playing stuff on TV that Dennis doesn't want to watch, so I could listen to a book. So I am seriously considering going back to trying listening to audiobooks while I knit, because my TV mojo is low. Although, well, I was tired last night too. I straightened up the house. I would show you the table is clear, except it's not exactly clear, but I'll show you the table is clear. Except those boxes that came in the mail yesterday, Dennis is going to break them out today. But that's all that's on here, plus my knitting. That's it. My decorations. Look at that. Crazy. I was working, swishing the toilet, clearing the table, and I made dinner. Oh, I forgot. I made dinner yesterday. Well, Dennis and I made dinner, because Dennis is like the best sous chef in the world, because he did all the chopping. So it has onions and garlic and sweet red bell peppers, and he did all the chopping for me, plus paneer, which he made and chopped it up. But I put it all together and got the spices, and I cooked it. And so I cooked, and anyway, I was tired at the end of the day, and I forgot. I do have a Vera I could watch, but Isabel? Aura is enjoying Vera, so she won't care that we're watching the very last episode ever and then go back to watching the middle of season 5. She won't care. So I do have one Vera to watch, I'm pretty sure. But I'm kind of, I'm having trouble. I find myself, when I finish something and I start looking around for something else to watch, I find myself spending a long time surfing, which is not something I like to do. Some people like that, but I do it, and a long time, and finally I just like, this is ridiculous, and I turn off the TV. So I am going to be exploring my audio library stacks and see what I can come up with, something I might like to listen to. And that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. But I'll be knitting tonight. I'll be tasseling tonight and talking to Christy tonight. And yeah, hanging out on a pretty day. I hope you're all good. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. The fires in California are still burning. But the people who were affected by the hurricane are still desperate. So many things going on. I hope everybody's safe. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.